these things, though, support the claim that the Gallardo is a practical, everyday supercar, but these three things might. You see, there's a screen here which, although was designed for seeing how fast you're overtaking cars on a Nürburgring, works very nicely as a parking aid. And there's a button here, which when you press it, activates the aerodynamic aid, which helps you put the power down on a windy racetrack. But actually it also works very nicely for if you encounter a speed bump. And this is the best bit. You can actually fit a toaster in the luggage compartment. Although if what you can fit in the storage compartment of a supercar is the first thing on your mind, may I suggest you buy yourself a Toyota Picnic and make some changes in your life pretty quickly. There's a downside to the Porsche 928 that I need to tell you about, and it's been niggling away at me. When you put the headlights on and they rise up out of that dramatic aerodynamic front end, something horrible happens. Two of the most ugly light units you've ever seen pop up. They're like angry bullfrogs screaming obscenities at the hedgerows. And that leaves me no option but to sum up possibly the most important car Porsche has ever made, besides the 911, like this. The 928 is a powerful, dramatic, luxurious, refined, versatile Grand Tourer that you have to wear a bag over your head to drive when it gets dark. That V8 sounds even better in here.
The current crop of rally cars had more in common with the Escort Cosworth than they did with the RS Focus. But the Focus somehow never stopped being awesome, and this new RS model takes us right back to the heart of rally sport. And like the Mustang, this also has a shifter on the floor. Gear stick. By bringing the Mustang over to the UK in right-hand drive for the first time, it was like the meeting of two gods of octane meeting for the first time on equal terms. Ford has crossed the streams with these two new models, and with a supercharged, poetically speaking, World Rally Championship campaign with the Fiesta and the Le Mans Ford GT reincarnation Halo project. Yeah, I have to say, it's like all these motoring worlds are colliding for Ford. It really is like motoring destiny.
Turbo was becoming the name to have, and not just on your boot lid.
In car terms, Saab was leading from the front when it came to road car turbo technology.
Saab developed an automatic performance control, or APC, boost controller for the 900 Turbo. With a knock sensor on the intake side of the engine block, the APC senses even the slightest bit of engine knock, backing off turbocharged through the wastegate, which allowed this engine to run closer to the limit than most, without risking damage. When I was handed the keys to this example, I was told, take it easy, the engine's been breathed on. Well, I tell you what, you do not want to be downwind of whoever breathed on this engine. It is explosive.
Yes, explosive. There are a number of ways I could have put it, but that will do just fine.
I'm a massive petrol head, so obviously people ask me what my favourite car is, and I find it pretty much impossible to pick just one. But there are a few cars which roll off the tip of my tongue in such situations, and one of those is the Austin Healey 3000. So imagine how excited I was when this arrived. Very excited, until I did this. It's plastic. Now I'm going to tell you about two cars which I think demonstrate this point nicely. Two sports cars which should have been so much better, so much more sporty in every way. The first one is the later generation Toyota MR2. Don't get me wrong, a car which started out so well, but in the noughties seemed to have lost all sense of self-respect. Frankly, my hairdresser chose a Nissan Figaro over the MR2. I know. And then there was a smart roadster, a car which I hoped would be everything that the MR2 hadn't become. It should have felt like you were sat in a Ginetta, should have driven like, I don't know, a modern day Austin Healey Sprite. But it did neither of those things. It was rubbish, a true disposable sports car. But it is okay because little tykes have brought the production license, or so I heard, so at least the fun will return. It's a car that will make you feel differently about motoring. You'll realise that sometimes it's good to drive with only the essentials. And the goggles are essential, yes, because there's no filter on the heaters, so flies get sucked in and then spat out at you like ninjas, little ninjas. My bum's sticking to the seat though. And it's raining. Secondly though, every other car manufacturer, please take note. This is how an engine should look. There should be shiny bits. And the shiny bits should not be covered in plastic. It's beautiful. I could actually stand here and look at it all day.